Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. It's 3:26 p.m. It is October 10th. Happy Tuesday. So this morning I got up and had some coffee. Now mind you, I don't have coffee every morning. Every once in a while I'll have some coffee. Now this is one of the mornings that I did. Now I've been working on content for the last few days and trying to like get it just right. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to creating content. I'm really hard on myself, but anyway, so I'm working on a lot of content right now. So this morning I was sitting in my living room and I had just got done making coffee, and my coffee maker was trying to give me messages. Now I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but I have talked about in my previous videos about how oftentimes when you're dealing with things of the supernatural, these energies work either alongside the electrical currents or they kind of work against the electrical currents. So sometimes you're going to get messages through your appliances, which I know it sounds crazy, but I've never been wrong about this. So I kept thinking, okay, I need to tune in. So I kind of got really quiet, started listening to my inner voice, and I got some messages about what's been going on around me. So the first one is that my reputation is blameless, which is good because this is something that I was really concerned about. When I was dealing with a lot of the gang stalking and everything, and so which I would prefer not to talk about the gang stalking on this particular channel. However, it did create quite a stir, and it was a big concern of mine that my name would be clear because obviously I didn't do anything and I didn't ask for any of these things to happen to me. So I'm really glad that things are starting to become more clear as far as my communication with other people. That's important to me because I think I've lived with this issue like far too long. The second message that I got, which I'm really pleased to say, is that only good things people only have good things to say about me, which is another good thing, which kind of made me very happy to understand this. And I do appreciate people who follow this whole issue of, I hate to bring it up, okay, but the gang stalking thing. People who follow this whole issue throughout I guess the beginning of it. And when it all happened, I mean, I've mentioned before that I've dealt with stalking for very many years, but when it became big on Facebook and other forms of social media where people were getting around talking about me and stuff like that, I know there was a time where I was really dealing with a lot of campaign smears and whatnot. So for things to turn around and people to come to their senses, I'm very, very grateful for that. Also, people feel as though my skills are unmatched when it comes to my ethics, which is good, and I appreciate that. I think it's a part of my spiritual responsibility to promote better ethics. I had a conversation just yesterday about what the things that I see that goes on and how people really don't have a good reference point as to what to follow when it comes to their behavior. And I have on my Maria Gordon channel that I consider myself to be a social reformer. And I would say maybe I have not been active, like getting together with City Hall or anything like that. But my videos do talk a lot about ethics, moral standards, and behaviors that should be enacted in society, because I mean obviously there's a lot of problems with people doing things that they don't even really think about. But I've mentioned before that I do believe that to be ignorant is to be evil. And if I can somehow, I can't completely change the world, but I do know that I have a lot of influence because it's been made aware to me that I do have a lot of subscribers, okay? And I've become, I guess content, or I've come to accept the fact that I'm never going to get the accurate numbers. However, I do believe that it is in the millions. And I'm not able to see this. I'm not able to see that or be allowed to know that I'm appreciated by certain people. That's very unfortunate, but you know what? This is the way it is. I do feel very grateful that people do have faith as far as in my skills and what I'm able to do. It seems like it's been a very big struggle, with dealing with the bullying and stuff like that. So that's a good message. Also, message number 4 The divine grants me the ability to heal others. I have had this message in my mind for several years. I am not a doctor, but I do think that it's important that if people feel like they want me to pray for them or with them, or they want to need help or some sort of guidance, then I'm willing to help them. You know, if I'm able to do these things, then I certainly will do them. Sometimes people have spiritual callings to where this is what they're supposed to do, whether that be heal people from sickness, or it could be, and I'm not saying just because, you know, or if I'm trying to attempt to heal someone through sickness, I am in no way saying that you should ignore the medical advice that you're already getting, okay? But an extra prayer, extra meditation, extra focus, extra energy being directed towards you could never hurt. Also, I already knew this message. Message number 5 was that my intellect intimidates people. People don't really have anything to worry about. I pretty much mind my own business. I've said this before. But I think what intimidates a lot of people is the fact that I can pretty much hold up to any argument and win. You know, and I know that when I was younger in school, you know, people were like, oh, you should join the debate team and stuff like that. But I was really awkward, very afraid to stand up or say anything, because most of the time when I did, I had somebody like either bully me, to try to keep me quiet or whatever. So I never really fully got to express myself, but I probably would have been good on the debate team. I probably would have, you know, but I don't like to debate, really. I don't. I like to go about my business and just kind of, go on about life. You know, I try to avoid conflicts as much as possible. But, and I certainly don't want people to think that I go around like picking their brain, digging into their personal thoughts. I don't. And I do that for my own well-being. I don't need to feel people's hatred, competitive natures, and all that other stuff. I try to pick up as little energies as I possibly can throughout my day. So like if you see me around town, believe me, I'm minding my own business. I'm either humming a song in my mind, or thinking about, working on something like content, or I'm thinking about maybe a pleasant memory or something. I'm not going to concern myself with the people around me. Not because I'm not being friendly. If you say hi to me, I'm going to say hi to you back, but I'm not going to sit here and think, what is she thinking of me, or anything like that. So people really don't have to worry about that. I do know that sometimes people are uncomfortable with people who are extremely smart, or people who possess psychic abilities, because maybe they might feel a little jealous over that. It is a gift, but I will tell you, just so you know, that having these gifts sometimes can make a person very depressed. It's a mixed bag. It's a blessing, but in some ways I will never call it a curse. But there's a heavy responsibility that you carry when you do have these sort of gifts, because I'm more aware of like suffering than other people. Like I have more, compassion for people than I would say most people do. I think I feel more intensely than other people do. You know what I mean? And for some people, I guess I look at it like ignorance is bliss. Like they don't have to feel some of the strong emotions that are not always pleasant that I do. So, I mean, that might make you feel a little bit better if my intellectual abilities intimidate you. What else did I want to say? People like my style. Well, I'm really glad that they do. I'm not really sure what kind of style that they like. Do they like my style of expression? Do they like my style of dress? I'm not sure, but I do feel like people are kind of like warming up to me, which is really nice after going through hell. And also that people feel as though that I should be able to teach, lead, and work as I am. Like, I know that there's been a lot of, debate about me not having like, a bachelor's degree. And, I think my ex-family created a lot of problems about, with me, because they were in some sort of competition with me to one up me, I guess. But I'm glad that there are some people who stood up for me, and who feel as though that's something that I can do. So anyway, those are the messages that I got today, and I really do appreciate, the turnaround. I do appreciate the people who supported me, and I got the feeling that there's a lot of celebrities that supported me, and I want to say thank you to all of them. And I will be doing more celebrity shout outs as we go throughout these videos. A lot of them, there's so many people that in my past, what I mean by past, I never had a direct relationship with these celebrities, but I will say that they did make a mark on my life, or whether I liked your music or I liked your acting, or it's just, you represent a pleasant time in my life, I do appreciate you. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'll hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.